Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News Channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our community. Isaac Hayes III, who is the son of the legendary musician Isaac Hayes, who is a record producer and entrepreneur, posted a video on Instagram that's now actually making waves across social media, and for a good reason. Now, in a video that's gone viral, Isaac reveals that he had run into a Karen, and trust me, this situation is just another example of the racism we're still facing. Let's have a look at this video.
Are you trying to get in?
I live here.
What?
I live here, man.
Who are you?
I don't need to tell you who I am.
No, who are you?
Man.
I'm on the board.
I don't care.
I don't care. You drive over here like a bat out of hell. You drive in, you drive out. Get in whatever you... Fuck you. So ridiculous. We have dogs, we have people, and you don't even care.
Okay.
So disrespectful.
Have a good evening.
Why don't you be white, won't you?
I have my community. So I just proceeded to record the conversation and then go home after that. It was I've never had an interaction with somebody like this before. You typically hear about people getting just, harassed out of nowhere by people that they don't know. And I found it pretty surreal. So I was like, wow, like I just thought that, I've never seen anybody act like this, what people call it Karen in real life. And I was just like, this is pretty surreal. Outside of the harassment, the racist comments and the profanity, it was pretty surreal and bizarre. I mean, people are definitely upset, but I'm not a person that gets, I don't get very emotional or angry. I know that people were like, you handle yourself very well. And I'm like, I didn't expect anything other than that because I just knew that I didn't feel in any danger, but I just thought it was very bizarre. So yeah, I mean, people are upset. I've notified, my community. There's some statements made in that video that were false, apparently, that the woman made about being part of my community. So, I figure they'll figure it out. I'm assuming some conversation might happen. I don't know how these situations are handled. I've never experienced anything like this before. So I've lived in Atlanta and never really come face to face with something like this. But I just found it completely, bizarre. So I don't know what's going to happen as far as communication concerned. I have no interest in talking to the person. They made it perfectly clear how they felt. So I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
Now, as you heard in that clip, the woman starts questioning Hayes and accusing him of driving too fast in his own gated community. But then things take a turn, and out of nowhere, she asks him, why don't you be white? And just like that, a simple interaction escalates into a racist rant. Now, what's really chilling here is the way Isaac Hayes handled it. I mean, he kept his cool, stayed calm, and made sure to remove himself from the situation as quickly as possible. I mean, he even said in his post that he never felt physically threatened, so he chose not to press charges against her. Now, I know a lot of people might be thinking, this is 2025, how is this still happening? And to be honest, I'm right there with you. I mean, Isaac Hayes called it out directly in his post saying, and I quote, white supremacy is crashing out all 2025. And that's something we need to really sit with. What does it mean when these kinds of comments and actions are so freely spewed without fear of consequence? And here's my personal take. I think the worst part about encounters like this, aside from the obvious racist rhetoric, is the mental toll it takes on us. I mean, to be constantly reminded that no matter how successful you are, no matter how much you've achieved, there's still people who don't see you as worthy. And what's worse, those people feel entitled to remind you of it, often in the most personal and harmful ways. And I believe it's not just Isaac's a problem. It's a problem we all share as Black people, and not just in America. even in Africa, where we're often forced to navigate these spaces with a level of caution and grace and passion and patience that no one should ever have to exercise in their day-to-day life. But for us, it's a survival tactic. And Isaac made a point of staying calm during the encounter. But let's be real, right? How many of us can say the same? The emotional labor it takes to remain composed when faced with such ignorance, and the mental gymnastics just to make it out of the situation unharmed, is quite exhausting. And yet, as he said himself, we have to be vigilant. We have to be aware that racism, whether it's blatant or covert, doesn't care about the time of year. And it's ever present, and it's waiting to rear its ugly head, especially when it feels like it can go unchecked. But in the same breath, let's recognize Isaac for handling the situation with the dignity and grace that far too many of us don't get the chance to. And he didn't escalate things. He didn't give this woman the energy she was desperately seeking. Instead, he simply just walked away. And I want to echo what Isaac said in his post, which is be safe. Because for those of us out here who look like him, or like me, or like so many others, we've got to look out for each other and stay vigilant. Racism might be crashing out, but so are we. We'll keep going and we'll keep fighting because we've got no choice. Please, let's continue the conversation in the comment section. We really want to hear from you. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me till we meet again.